Hey, the internet. Welcome to Autocross Day. I'm in the G8. We're headed to Lake Tech to run with the Martin Sports Car Club. It's 7:05 a.m. on a Sunday, which is always a good time to drive. Not too many people on the road. And I've already seen the track map. It's going to be G8 friendly. Big open corners and some decent straightaways. Looking forward to some big speeds today, hopefully. Remember when I said there wouldn't be too many people on the road? Well, this truck has decided to go about 5 to 10 miles an hour under the speed limit. That's kind of the problem. These are really nice roads to drive on, nice backcountry roads, nice and twisty, but you'll catch an old person or a random dump truck, and that'll kind of screw up your drive. But no problems, we will persevere. Right, made it around the dump truck, and here we are at Lake Tech. It is 8:02 a.m., and I absolutely love this place. There's shade, there are clean bathrooms, they usually have a food truck out here, and the surface area, although it's not the grippiest in the world, it's pretty darn good. It's got enough to keep you interested for sure. As far as the car goes today, nothing really special as far as setup or tuning. The only thing I'm playing around with still is air pressures with the Federal tires. We're going to run 39 pounds up front and 36 in the back. That's been okay. We'll see how the fronts hold up. A little curious to see if they roll over too much. But as you can see as we turn in, this place is used by the Lake County Sheriff's Office for their EVOC and also for their firearm qualifications. So it's a multi-purpose facility, and they're nice enough to let us borrow it. And up ahead of us is actually a very nice classic Firebird. Runs in the Cam T category, and that thing is pretty damn fast considering it's a old school classic American muscle. So should be a good day. Looking forward to it. Here's a quick view of the parking area. It's 8:36 a.m. I've already made it through registration and tech. I'm going to run the street modified class today for the G8 just because there's competition there. There's the course with all the cones laid out. People are already walking it. So I'm going to work first heat, run second heat. Hopefully everything goes good. And now we have the drivers meeting. This is where they go over all the safety rules and basic rules when it comes to autocross. It's 9:45-ish, and we'll probably have the first cars roll out around 10 o'clock, maybe a little bit after that. One thing I do like about this group, more than other groups, is that they do a Pledge of Allegiance to the flag after all the safety briefings and everything. It's very America. But yeah, here's the rest of the parking area, and we'll swing around and show you the rest of the track with all the cones laid out. And now I will do a very Will Buxton-esque grid walk. Right, Heat 2, here we are. Welcome to the Martin Sports Car Club. There's the Blue Viper driven by Cliff. Always a formidable car, very fast. And the Mazda RX-8. I haven't seen him around before, but he's actually in my class. I'm pretty excited about that. The White Whale, the Pontiac G8. Everybody loves it. I've lost my accent. I keep going back and forth out of an English and an American accent. This Miata. God, that car is gorgeous. That is a well set up looking NC Miata. And here's a Mustang. And wait a minute, there's another Mustang. Dear God, we're all dead. Anyway, moving on, there is a Celica convertible. Why not? And there's the Firebird. Remember the Firebird? There's the Firebird. Keep on walking. Doodoo Brown BMW. Subaru BRZ. Person taking a picture of their Honda with a Miata driving by. There's Chris's BRZ. That is the Mercedes F1 of autocross right now. God, that car is fast. And here we go. First run. Now I'm overlaying a little after the run commentary on each run. This one, of course, first run, you're just kind of figuring out the track. Chris is actually riding with me on this one. So he's already been out. He's already made a pass. So he's kind of there to help me out, give me some pointers and whatnot. At this point, I'm starting off in first gear in the manual select on the Pontiac G8. Sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. In this case, I don't really think this is going to work for me. There's a tight right-hander. You're about to see it. And there we are. Right out of here, in this quick little jaunt, I grabbed second there, and the car did not feel good. Very bucky. And as you can see, that threw me off with all my turn-in points. I was really timid through the slalom. And yeah, I'll just let it take over from here, just let you watch.
That was a clunky start.
That's a good time. And I can see that one tumbling with some entertaining slides.
That's basically how the start of mine was.
Okay.
Sliding like that.
46.8, not a bad first run. On the second run, I'm starting off in second gear, and that's the way I'm going to keep it for the rest of the day to kind of help manage the torque. That initial turn with full throttle is just tough. I'm also focusing on my turn-ins, trying to tighten up my corners through the slalom here. That's another place big time made up or lost, so just trying to get tighter up on those cones. The big thing I can tell you is understeer is already an issue. The front tires are rolling over more than I had hoped, but yeah, just make do as best you can, I guess. And up here on this big right-hander right here, understeer city. If I'm breathing on the gas a little bit early and it's throwing the nose, it's sliding it bad. And right here, almost whacked that cone. Big left-hander, a lot of understeer. But ends up okay. I've actually got a different ride-along with this one. Young kid, it was his first time actually ever going to an autocross, so I was glad to have him. Don't remember his name though, but nice fella.
Yeah, that was a little bit better.
Third run was my best run of the day. Not a perfect run by any stretch, but better than the first two. And yeah, well, you'll see the last one how that goes. I'm just going to shut up and let you watch.
Very respectable time. 45.2.
All over.
I just said to the flagman there, all over. What I meant was the car was slip sliding still all over the place. The front end was still sliding. And actually on that one, the rear end came out a bit more. So it made for a fun run, but not always the fastest. And here for the fourth run, things are going much better. Some of my corners were definitely the best I've had all day, but I run into an issue a little bit later. Basically, oh, and I took the slalom differently this time. As you can see, I took it first on the right. I think that's what I should have been doing all day. The car had a lot more speed, and that's what you need to do with this car, just to let it have room to run and use the power. So yeah, everything was going good. Everything was going well. A little bit more understeer here. I came in shallow, so that kind of screwed me up. And then because of that, I was trying to make up time here, and yeah. So even with that, it was still my fastest time of the day, but the cone gives you a 2-second penalty. In retrospect, with the way everything went, I think it was just the tire pressures were just too low in the front. The rear are okay. I don't really have an issue with that. Here's a final sweep around of the car. You can see I modified my letters to make it say SM this time instead of CAM. Yeah, the front air pressures were just too low. It's hard to see on this side, but they were rolling over pretty bad. You're supposed to have the scrub marks stop at around the edge of your tread on the sidewall there, but over here you can really see it better as I put my finger up to it. You can see it's rolling over halfway down to the sidewall, which you have no grip there. So yeah, the air pressure just too low. Next time bump them up, I'm going to take them probably up to around 42 or 43 or so. And now it's time to go home. All in all, it was a good day. I ended up winning my class, Street Modified. Chris won Street Touring Extreme, which is great. I got $10 in Martin bucks for my win. That goes towards registration for the next event. And it is late. It is 4:04 p.m. Normally we wrap up at around 2:30, 3 o'clock, but we had, I think, 107 cars. It's a lot. We also had a lot of novices, and when you have a lot of novices, sometimes they don't know how things go, so it causes a bit of a delay. No problem, no. We'll invite them back next time, and hopefully I'll get the car dialed in a little bit better in the front, and it'll be faster.